Oh, hey YouTube. I'm here today with my 2017 Ford Transit camper van. This camper van I have put together and built myself. So the van had several purposes. I wanted to be able to live in it, cook in it, sleep in it, and work in it. And I kind of wanted to shower every day. Is that crazy? So let's have a look at some of the things I've done. So let's have a look at our beautiful kitchen bench here. We've got a nice double sink, perfect, so you can wash dishes in one, rinse them in the other. There's space either side so you can dry your dishes there, have your dirty dishes there, and full running water with hot and cold. Filtered water, tap water there for drinking. This is actually made out of an engineered oak flooring. You can see the three pieces there, and then we've edged it and covered it in resin. So it's really hard, easy to keep clean. It looks so good, you just want to lick it. Got a selection of drawers here, all our cutlery in our top drawer. Bins such as sugars and flours and rice are all in here. Under here we've got the toilet. So this is Nature's Head composting toilet, and we just slide it in and out when we want to use it. So under the sink here, we've put a shelf in. On top we store all our cleaning equipment. We've got the pump on our left and the hot water cylinder on the right there. The fridge is a Vitrifrigo, designed to run on 12 or 24 volt. It's got a handy catch so it won't open unless you pull that catch up. Inside there's heaps of space. We can store our big bottles of milk. We've got a couple of shelves. There's a glass shelf here to stop liquids falling down into your veggie trays. There's a very big freezer at the top here, which is one of the main reasons I chose this fridge. The compressor for the fridge is actually stored underneath the bed down here, so you get more room in the fridge. Under the fridge is a little rack there I store some extra shoes in. Up on the bench here we've got a couple of wireless chargers, one for our phone and the other for our watch. So let's have a look at the unit on the other side. In this we've got a pull-out rubbish bin, so you can scrape your scraps into there, do your chop and prep work on this bench. We've got a kettle, another USB point here so you can charge your devices. Here we've got the oven. This is a Thetford Triplex. Nice, easy to clean. It's easy to pop this off and clean underneath. Inside here we've got the oven itself, and it's got a gas griller up the top and a normal oven function. It's got an electric start, so very happy with the oven, works really well. The cooktop's a little cramped, getting three things on here. You've got to use smaller pots. Up above the oven here, we've actually got a range hood. The oven is the only gas appliance, and to power the oven, there's a gas bottle located down under here and stored inside this cabinet. Got a little 4 kg bottle. Here I've got some drawers. This is my junk drawer, store rubbish bags, bits and pieces, scissors. In here is all my dry goods, so store my olive oil bottles, some fresh fruit and veggies. Down under the oven we've got our pot drawer, so that's basically all the pots, and I can store the kettle in there as well. Down underneath that I've got another junk drawer. Above the cab here I've got a huge storage area. I use this to store things like Glad wrap, paper towels. Right here we've got a little medicine cabinet. It stores all my toothbrush, and got a handy curtain there so we can seal off the cab, and I can pull it out of the way if I want to be able to see out the back windows while I'm driving. Let's have a look in the cabinet above the sink here. On the front here we've got our hot water heater, so this is where we can activate our hot water. Inside the cupboard, foam storage for our plates. We've got some foam cutouts for our mugs and cups. Breakfast cereals, and at the back of the cupboard here we've got a tank monitor so you can see how much water, fresh and grey water, you've got. So this is a control panel for our diesel heater. Inside here I've got my main, this is my main wardrobe. Because of the design of the van, we don't have a vertical wardrobe. So all my clothes are stored and rolled up here. I've also got a sock drawer and an underwear drawer. I'm quite tall, so I'm 6'4". You can see I bought the Ford Transit because there's enough height for me to stand up in here, even with the ceiling, and there's about 35mm of flooring underneath me too. So the bed is a halfway between a king and a super king. So there's plenty of room for me to stretch out. I can lie this way if I want to enjoy the view. Depending on where you've parked, you might want your head up one end or the other. Because it's so wide, I can actually lie here and enjoy a TV or a movie. Another cool feature of this design is we can open up the back doors and enjoy a magnificent view out the back of our bed if you want to. So let's have a look how we change the bed from bed mode into couch mode. If I'm not actually going to be in the van all day, and what I can do is just pull this one piece out. It's got its own base there. Put that there like that. So this is often what I'll do if I just want to have somewhere to sit and have breakfast. And there we are. So now I've got a nice big couch. I can easily sit 2 or 3 people. We've even got a U shape at the end here so you can sit at the end. I'll normally just use a couple of cushions here to make it comfy. So one of the final steps is to set up our Lagoon table mount. And this will create our desk and eating table. So I've got a base right here. Slot that in. Pop that bit on. The table I've secured here at the back of the van. This is just using a bungee cord to hold it in place. You can see the base there slots into the hole. So here's a better view of our computer screen and workstation setup. It's easy enough to push things back out of the way when we're done with them. So another cool feature underneath this couch here, we've got our booster board stored under the couch with a charging socket right here so we can easily charge that. Stereo system we've got in here is by KEF. So these are actually nice flat wall mounted speakers. Now these don't produce a huge amount of bass, so to complement them there is a subwoofer underneath the bed here. We've got these magnetic window covers. You just pull them down, they slot in, block out the light. They're double-sided so you can choose to have a reflective white on one side and a dark colour on the other, or vice versa. Let's have a look at the windows in the van. So these are the Sights windows, camper van windows. They're very plasticky, but they work pretty well. So there's 3 latches here you can use to push open the window. Whew, it's a blast of cold air. You can lock them. They've got a full block-out blind on them, and you can pull down a fly screen as well. I've got 3 of these windows. Cool feature of the bed setup is these trays running down the sides of the van. So this is the bungee cord I use to tie down the monitor. My mouse and keyboard live in there. We've got the amplifier for the stereo here. Okay, time for a quick cheese and crackers snack. So let's have a look underneath the bed. I know, terrifying, but we're going to do it. The original plan was to build cupboards, but I decided instead what we'll do is just make these little aluminium rails to stop things under the bed from sliding out. Here we've got our laundry bag and basket. On the right hand side there we've got shoe storage. This side just general storage, and then at the back there you can see my power cord, which I normally have tucked away nicely. Let's have a quick look at our shower setup. So you can see here we've got a nice flat shower head, so that can really go up to the top of the ceiling, and I can stand here comfortably and have water just spraying onto my face. These mixers are very normal in New Zealand. A huge advantage over having 2 separate taps is you can set your temperature and then turn it on or off. At the bottom here we've got a stainless steel shower tray which I had custom made to fit this space, and it's exactly the right depth for the floor. So this is cedar wood. So the question is, how do you keep the water in the tray? Well, we have a shower curtain. We've got these strategically placed hooks. we've got a special fold out wall, and that simply slots into the shower tray, and then our shower curtain will stay on the inside of that, like so. Finally, we have a hook on the door here just to give us a bit more room. And there we have it. Shower in the van. It's okay, I'm not naked. It's massive. So this is 2 shower curtains, and they overlap, so you can easily get in and out here at one end. We've also got a fan at the top here, so that's specifically for the shower. The fan at the other end here is a max air fan. So the beauty of this is you can have this pushing air into the van. You can leave it up even when it's raining. The other beauty of this is on its lowest setting, like it is right now, you can't hear it. It's so quiet. But if you want to shift a lot of air, let's have a look at the electrical system. We've got solar power. There's 900 watts on the roof. You can see right now at 3:30 in the afternoon in the middle of winter, we're generating 200 watts. That's flowing into a battery, which is a 6.5 kilowatt hour battery, which is roughly equivalent to about 550 amp hours if it was a 12 volt battery. This is actually a 24 volt battery. We've got a big inverter, which lets us run all our New Zealand power points. So here in New Zealand we run a voltage of 230 volts, which means I can run a full 2000 watt kettle. So this is a Victron color controller. It gives us an overview of what's coming in, what's going out on DC and AC. Under here we've got our distribution board. So I've got 2 panels, one for 12 volt, one for 24 volt. The battery is 24 volt, so that runs that directly, and then we have a 24 to 12 volt converter which runs this panel. In behind here is the wiring mess. So it's almost organized. We've got a big breaker here, 50 amp breaker, so by switching that we turn off all DC power. Got the battery. So this is our custom made lithium ion battery pack. These things here are battery management system, and we've got a big contactor here, so if anything goes wrong with the battery management system or it fails, the contactor will switch, and it's basically like a big power switch, turns off power to the whole van and saves the battery from doing anything bad. We've got LED task lighting running along above the kitchen bench here, above the bed, and above the office, and some lovely backlighting there. So the lights are controlled by a Philips Hue light switch, so I can turn lights on and off with the switch here. You can choose what type of white you want. Hey Siri, set the lights to blue. Boop. Hey Siri, set the lights to green. Or you can just push the button again and go back to normal white. Oh yes, that's right, we've got a full home automation system. Hey Siri, turn the pump off. Hey Siri, what's the temperature in the fridge?
The temperature in your van 2 home is 5 degrees Celsius.
Some might say it's going too far. Others would say it's not far enough. Here on the outside you can see really not much, except for this. This is our shore power input, so I can plug in and charge up my camper van batteries in a lovely shade of beige. Down beside the wheel here we've got the outlet for the waste tank, and you can see under here there's a big tap there to turn that on and off. I've got a hose that connects to drain the tank. We've got our trusty self-contained certificate sticker, which you have to have in New Zealand if you want to be able to camp anywhere in the country. Coming onto this side, you can see we've got 2 of these camper van style windows. So this is where hose plugs in. That connects directly to the fresh water tank, so I can fill up my tank. This is an outlet for my diesel hot water heater. Thanks everyone. Hope you enjoyed it. I've got heaps of videos in our YouTube channel if you want to check out how we made anything. There's especially lots on the colour control panel, the electrical system, the battery management system. So if you're interested in any more detail about how that worked, check out my previous videos, and subscribe if you want to catch our future videos. We'll have one especially about our shower coming up soon. Thanks for watching, we'll catch you next time.